do?
I say we just live life on the edge and film.
Just film it.
Just go right for it.
All right. This is very exciting.
We're using our new microphone.
We got a new microphone, so we're very excited to try this new microphone. It's a tiny little Shure microphone, and it looks very cute. We're very excited.
Wow, I've had so much caffeine that little sip of seltzer water just changed my whole life.
I had a lot of caffeine today as well because Emily should not have 2 cups of coffee. Just one.
What is going on with this hair? I had a hat on today, so it's like, I feel like it's like...
No, it looks very cute. All right. Is it my turn? Your turn? I don't know.
Do you want to do opening together?
Do it together?
Yeah.
Oof. All right, let's try it. I'm a pretty baby.
For those of you who are listening and not watching,
yes.
I wiped lipstick off of Emily's mustache.
Miguel and I were actually talking about chin hairs today because I went up to him before he left and I went, and so he did it to me.
And you were like,
and he was like, I'm going to pluck your chin hair. And I was like, I don't have any. And he was like, you don't. It's true.
Yeah, you don't. It's crazy. I, on the other hand, full man.
Yes, exactly. You heard it here first. Anyway.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to Chit Chats, a totally unedited space where we break the cycle of what it means to be a woman together. Literally together.
Literally. That was pretty good, actually. I was slightly terrified that I was going to say the wrong show name, which I always am terrified that I'm going to say the wrong show name. All right, we're back. Let us, I know.
Here we go.
Here we go. Am I choosing? You choosing? We can't choose together.
We just talk over each other. Two topics happening at once.
Perfect.
You choose.
Okay, I'm going to choose.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, you're going to shake it. I'm sorry.
Throwing off our whole operation. Okay, here we go. Okay.
All right. I'm going to get one of these little Post-its because we still have them.
Drum roll.
Ooh. Worst dates that we've ever been on. Yeah. All right. I have some stories.
I love these. I think I will actually...
You're going to start?
I think I'll kick it off.
Okay.
Worst date? I can tell you hands down, the worst date I've ever been on.
Wow.
Was 2 hours of listening to this man talk about why he connected with Batman so heavily.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really bad. And he's like, God, you're such a great listener, and I feel like I can be really open with you. And I'm like, because you have not shut up for the past 2 hours.
So for all of the people out there listening, dating rule number 1, it is lovely to share yourself with that other person, but please also let them talk. Very important.
Give and take.
Yeah, give and take. That's your worst date?
Yeah, I would say...
and it was just 2 hours of Batman.
Oh my God, no. I got another date.
Okay, give it to me.
So, went on a date. At this point, who even knows what this was? With this guy. And he proceeded to invite other girls that we had met out at the bar that he knew previously.
Oh yes, I know this story.
On our date. And I was like,
why not? The more the merrier.
And then he started making out with one of the girls. And I'm like watching, and I'm like, I don't think this is a date. Actually, I'm not sure what this is.
It was a
anymore.
Commune that he just didn't invite you to.
Yeah. But funny story, though, is that I actually ended up getting her number and talking to her for a little bit.
Yes.
So I pretty much stole one of the girls from him. And he was like, man, I can't believe that, I'm a little jealous. So, all the girls here like you more than me. And I'm like, yeah, dummy. Of course they do. Are you kidding me? I'm treating all of them with respect.
Crazy.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, she's talking about how, he loves to cheat on women. I'm like, oh my God. So
that is a bad date.
Yeah, it was rough. Oh, and then I caught him talking to another girl and exchanging numbers. And I went up to her and I said, just so you are fully aware, he's actually on a date with me right now. She's like, you're disgusting, and like grabbed her phone away. And I like looked over at him, and I'm like,
that is a bad date.
Yeah, it was weird. It was so weird. And I think the worst part about it was that he was trying so hard when he could have just said he was looking for something fun. You know?
Yeah, not being truthful. So I guess dating rule number 2, be
just
open
be
and
honest
honest about what you're looking for.
Though,
and communicate.
I have gone out with somebody who we were very, very honest about what it was from the start. But then he was like very adamant about making sure that he wasn't looking for a relationship. And I was like, yeah, no, I get it. Why are you keep reiterating this to me? Like, I think he thought like I was gonna like fall in love with him or something. I was like,
it's a big fear.
Absolutely not. I could not be less interested in actually dating you in the long term. Like, it just, so I think my biggest thing is like, if you are, no BS. If you're looking for something, just ask the tough questions right in the front. Be like, what are you looking for? What do you want? These are my non-negotiables. Like, I just, if you're looking for casual, then be casual, but don't act like you want to be in a committed relationship to try to get just make it make sense. I don't know. It's like, I think too many people are afraid. It's like, they won't like me if I tell them the truth. And I'm like, why? You don't know. That person could be totally like, most of the time, any of the people that I was like, look, I'm not really looking for anything serious, it's because I knew what they were about. And I was like, and so for them to be like afraid that I was gonna fall in love, I'm like, ooh, baby, no.
Not gonna happen here.
So it's like, that one guy he was like, I just really want to make sure, and I'm like, you're giving me a headache. I don't even want to go out with you anymore, because you're now assuming that like I have no other prospects. Please.
Too much. Don't spill the tea.
Me. No, I'm kidding. Your worst date. Let's hear it.
Okay. I really have to think about this because I haven't had too many bad dates. I'm also extremely selective when I was on the dating scene. Shocker, right? That I am
You dated very differently than I did.
Yes, I did. So I was trying to think back to like my first date with my first boyfriend in high school, but I was like, oh, that probably was a bad date, but I can't remember any of it being particularly bad. So I will say I have been stood up once. That is not a nice thing to do. Literally, this gentleman texted me, said that he'll meet me at the Starbucks that was right by my apartment at the time. I was like, great. I said, I'll be there in 2 minutes. He texted back, can't wait to see you. And then I proceeded to wait at that Starbucks for about 15 minutes, and I was like, this seems strange. I'm gonna text him and be like, I'm here. Never got back to me. So I'm not sure if he like came, saw me, and was like, I'm good.
That's what I was gonna ask. But even, like,
but I saw his picture.
But here's the weird thing, right? Is why wouldn't you just go up to the person and be like, hey, at least have a conversation?
Never got back to me. So I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, he never showed up. Or like I said, or showed up, saw me, and was like, yeah, I'm good.
I guess that's a tough pill to swallow, is to be like if somebody came up to me and was like, hey, listen, you're like disgusting. You know, like, I mean.
I hope that's not what this man thought.
No,
Stephanie is telling me the tea. She was actually that man with a mustache.
Me. I was like, damn, no.
Throws up.
No, absolutely not. But like, how do you
approach that situation?
Hey, you are not my type, because then
but
that's
like,
so
we
superficial.
saw each other's pictures though. So like, he knew what I looked like. I knew what he looked like. So I don't know.
Maybe he got nervous?
I don't know. It was weird.
What about the best date you've ever been
I know, I was thinking about that too.
Because what are we at? We're like at 8 minutes, so we have so much time.
9 minutes and 29 seconds.
Oh, I'm blind.
It's okay. I literally had to squint like an old lady. But then the other really bad date that I was on was also during that time frame. I also met this man at that same Starbucks.
It's a Starbucks
and
maybe.
It's a Starbucks date, guys. Listen, if if you're dating somebody who you've never met before and you met them online, you go to a public place to meet these people.
Absolutely.
All right? Just a PSA for everybody listening. So, met this man also at a Starbucks, had seen his picture, thought he was super cute. Clearly, he saw mine. And when I got there, I had been deceived. Not catfish, because it was the same gentleman, but he was a smoker. And it was bad. His teeth had yellowed and were not pretty. And he himself had gone bald since the pictures that he had taken. I don't appreciate that. Now, I was kind to this gentleman and I sat down with him and we had probably a 20-minute date until I then made an excuse to be like, I have somewhere to be and I am going to go.
Did you say it?
I don't remember what I said. It was probably much nicer than that, I'm assuming. I can't imagine old Emily would have been like, hey,
listen, ugly.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not what I said. I was probably just like, I have to go now. My friend just texted me and something happened. You know, you pull that one, something like that. And then I never saw him again. So that's my other PSA. But like photos that actually show what you look like now.
I think is important.
Because otherwise, it's really just going to bite you in the butt.
It's just deceiving.
Either way. So
I have actually gotten complimented when I've gone on dates. People are like, wow, you are like way prettier than your pictures. And I'm like,
people usually say I'm way weirder in person. It's a compliment.
I mean, listen, I don't let anybody know how much I
strange
cry.
I am.
So
no, I'm just a weirdo.
Best
best date now?
Do you want me
yeah,
to go
I
first?
want you to go first.
Actually, I've had a lot of really good.
Yeah, I've had some lovely dates.
First date? Are we clarifying like
best first date?
Probably, right?
Yeah, we can do best first date.
One of the best first dates that I've ever been on. One of, because I've had a few, but this one sticks out to me. We went to the bowling alley.
Fun already.
Okay, super fun. We had not had a first kiss yet, but we were talking. And so there was some tension there. And it was nice because like we were bantering back and forth. And then we but the worst part though is like there were other people there. So when we had our first kiss, it's like there's like other people around. This gentleman was very, I don't think he was very shy about PDA. And I was like, okay, this is too much now. But then we went and we played pool. What stuck out to me about this date was that I am not a drinker, and I made that very clear. And normally when I've gone on dates before, that was something that was pushed on me, or wasn't more thought other than water.
Yeah.
He actually had the bartender make me a non-alcoholic beverage in a martini glass.
Oh, that's very nice.
So that I could feel like I was part of it. And just to clarify, I am sober by choice, because I recently spoke to somebody who was like, people who sometimes are in AA, that's like a gateway to even be anywhere near something that's considered a bar or have a drink in a glass that looks like a martini. It's very triggering. Yep. So I want to clarify that there's a difference. So I don't want to paint myself in a picture that's not true. I just felt moved in the need to say that.
I love it.
But yeah, so I thought that was very sweet. And then of course, I was like, well, we can go to the beach or something or whatever. And he's like, actually, I think it's appropriate if we just cut the date short.
Oh.
And you go home and I go home and we'll save it for the next date. And we went on another date, but it was, that stuck out because it was, I felt very respected.
Yeah.
And
nice.
I thought it was very creative. And so that was a fun one.
That's fun. That is fun.
Some of that I might actually beep out a little bit just because I don't want to, I don't know why. I feel like I'm like, do I talk about,
What, making out?
Making out? It was Emily. I was making out with Emily. That was about her.
I was the best date.
She had a mustache and a bald cap.
Yeah, exactly. We were both each other's dates.
I also showed up in a mustache and a bald cap.
Yeah.
So it was just two people, us,
Yeah.
in mustaches and bald cap, making out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The only way to do it.
I like to think we're funny.
Now I'm just picturing like two bald people like casually stroking each other's bald heads and making out. Yeah, I don't know. That's now in my brain.
All right, best first date.
Okay, best first date.
Well, one of them, right? Again.
Yeah. So definitely the best first date I ever had was with my husband, but I've told that story before.
Yeah.
So
what's another good first
Yeah, so I'm gonna talk about. So technically this really was a second date, but man, was I proud of myself for this one. All right, so I met this guy also online. The amount of online dating I did, really, just A+. So met this guy online. We had gone on a date. I don't even quite remember what we did on our first date, but I enjoyed it so much that we did end up going out on a second date. And on that first date, we must have talked about our love of books, because I love to read, and I also like thrifting for books, because why should I pay full price for something that's just gonna sit on somebody else's shelf?
Absolutely.
At thrifting books, do it. So he was like, I know this great used bookstore, would you want to go? And I was like, hell yeah, I would love to go to a bookstore with you. That sounds like the perfect date for me. So we go on this second date. We go to this bookstore. It's really cute. We kind of separate from one another. We're doing our own thing, looking at the aisles. It's really just us there. So we were just having a good time, kind of, I could literally stay in Barnes & Noble for 6 hours sitting down and reading first chapters of books, which is how I pick a book. I read the first chapter. If I'm interested after, then I buy it. If I'm not interested, it goes back. But anyway, that's just
I'm just going to put a big train on the screen.
That's my book tip.
Train. Emily completely off the tracks, just a crashing
Choo
train.
choo. So I got a great idea in my head that I should kiss him in the bookstore, because we had not kissed yet. And I walked up to him. I tried to find him. He was in an aisle sitting down. I walked up to him and I made out with him in the aisle of a bookstore.
So
and
romantic.
it was so romantic and so cute, and he was very, very nice. And we enjoyed each other's company for like 2 months. So it was.
What happened with that one?
Oh, Stephanie Ann. He just ended up not showing up to see me in a show, and then kind of ghosted me.
That's this guy. Yeah.
That kind of ended, but that's okay, because I needed to meet Miguel, and I literally met Miguel, I think, after this guy. So there you go.
Well, I love that. I think that's a wonderful way to end it. And
wrap it up.
We will definitely not be ghosting you. In fact, we want you to visit www.cyclechats.com.
So you can get
our new brand new shirt.
Powerful woman, baby. These are
these
are ice tie-dyed. So we are now offering ice tie-dye. So if you want ice tie-dye, just put that in the comments on the page, and I am more than happy to do that. It's always super fun. Just like tie-dye, I never know how it's going to turn out, but ice tie-dye, I literally don't know any of how it's going to turn out. But this was super fun, and I really like this design. I feel powerful when I wear it, and I love a good red. And then I get to wear a red lip. So what could be more? Also, I want to make sure that I put it online, but I'll say it here too, is that we lowered all the prices on our website.
True.
Everything is going up. Inflation is a real thing, but we decided to make everything a bit more affordable for those of you who have reached out and said that you wish that you could afford. We did make custom t-shirts, $23. That is $11
quite
difference.
Literally
it was
unheard of for a hand tie-dyed
t-shirt
with good quality tie-dye.
Yeah.
So
and a lot of love. So they were $34. They are now $23 and will be forever. So,
forever until maybe one day we have a deluxe super duper.
We'll see what happens. But they are $23. So it would be nice.
Get on it now.
Yeah, show that support. And that would be lovely. So just
Cat approved, sorry. I was looking at the
Cat
cats.
approved? Yeah, always cat approved. So,
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yep.
Hit that thumbs up.
Yep.
And as always,
we hope you
sync up with us next time.
Blah, 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 blah. Boop.
All right.
I didn't know what I was saying.